I do not care if this was made with fairy dust, tears, and blood, with ground up unicorn horns. I don't care if you manually pressed it with angel wings. I do not care if this palette just came out to you like a prophecy from God himself. I do not fucking care. Who the fuck are you to ask $250 for sparkle dust? Hello guys, hi, my name is Mia and this is my virtual vanity, a place where we both love makeup and we're quite critical of it. And today I want to talk with you guys about some new releases. But before we get to that, credit where credit is due. I got this idea from Samantha March, who does her weekly Will I Buy It videos. She also has a creator playlist where people just post their Will I Buy It inspired videos every single week, or even more often depending on how often they make them. So if you like these types of videos and you don't care about your wallet and you want to have FOMO breathing down your neck and you also want to keep up to date with what shenanigans the makeup industry is up to, go check that out. If you hear odd noises, like the house is somehow crumbling around me, those are my cats. Like, for some reason, they will sleep for the entire day, but when I film, they just fucking activate themselves and they decide that I have got to ruin this whole, like, zen moment I have going on here and just provide you with some background noise. I'm sorry. But the cats are here to stay, and they've been here before you. So, I said like 2 weeks ago that I wanted to make these every 2 weeks because every 1 week would be too often. Doing these once every 2 weeks might have just have been the worst idea in my tiny, microscopic YouTube career. So we're back to doing these 1 week because just so many fucking releases, gosh. And after deciding that I didn't want to talk about some particular stuff, I still have got like 20 something, 24, 25 items that I want to talk about, and it's barely like Monday. This is gonna go on a Wednesday, but I'm filming this on a Monday. So I might miss stuff that came out on like Monday itself and Tuesday and Wednesday itself, but whatever, you're gonna see those in the next video, next Wednesday. But I am getting exhausted by all of these new releases. They're like flashing before my eyes and I'm going like, thank you, next. Like, I literally do not see anything new or innovative anymore. Like, maybe 1 or 2 releases will have an interesting color scheme or some interesting marketing or whatever, but they have become so goddamn repetitive, and I fear that this is a bubble that's about to burst because the average consumer, myself included, cannot keep up with all of these new releases. And at a certain point, if you're not brainwashed by consumerism and capitalism, you start realizing that if you would indeed buy even half of the shit you're interested in, like interested in as in a concept, like you would end up with so many duplicates, so many of the same colors, with the same finishes, with the same ideas, and it's really kind of sad. On one hand, it's good that we have this kind of variety because more competition means that prices have to be kept just a bit lower because you have a choice, and formulas have to be kept up good unless you know they have the clout of their name brand to ride on. But yeah, I'm getting tired. I really like discussing these releases, but they gotta fucking take a break. Like, I would be happy with maybe 15 releases a week. Like, I think that's a moderate pace, but there were 35 new releases this week. Most I've chose not to talk about, but it's fucking insane. It's insane. We're talking thousands of dollars of makeup, And you know what, I've talked too much. We're already at the 5-minute mark and I've not talked about one single new product. So I'm sorry. Let's get to it. So the first product is a good news. Paulina Beauty collabed with Blush Tribe. And she's coming out with this palette, which is a sort of a purple green fantasy. It reminds me very much of a fantasy forest. Reminds me a bit of my first RPG game, like the first isometric RPG game that I played, which kind of draws me into it. So congratulations to her. This is just a beautiful limited color scheme, so no fucking rainbow palette. Thank you, Jesus the Lord. That's nice. If you're a fan of Paulina and you think you would love this palette, I strongly recommend getting it because it's, look at it, it's fucking gorgeous. It's beautiful. What's there's not to like? Pre-orders are starting at the start of December and I have no price here, but if I find it, I'm gonna put it down here or down here in like a card or something. Okay, next, speaking of more collabs, James Charles collabed with Morphe to create his Unleash Your Inner Artist palette, which is modeled after the 39A palette. Okay, on one hand, this is a great palette for whoever doesn't have a huge makeup collection or a lot of color in their collection, or for a beginner, someone that's still trying to figure out what type of makeup they like to wear, if they like to wear more neutrals, if they like to wear colors, if they like to wear, I don't know, maybe more pinks, more greens, more blues. Someone that's trying to figure it out. Or maybe a beginner makeup artist that doesn't have a huge kit and they need a little bit of everything. This is nice for those kinds of people. It's not for anyone else that is more into makeup. It's not for me, for example, because it's a huge palette with shades that I already have. So if you feel that you need this palette in your collection, if you feel that it, you know, fulfills a void that you have, get it. It's cheap. Morphe formula, not good, not bad, average, okay, workable. If you want to support James, go for it, but you literally will have a skateboard of a palette to store in your vanity, so consider that. Another thing that I want to mention, actually two things. The first one is that I really like the marketing for his palette. He really put a lot of heart and soul and effort into it. Like, it wasn't a regular presentation, oh my god, this is my palette, this is my collab. He literally did 5 or 6 very creative looks with this palette to show how versatile it is, and that requires hard work, so props to him. The second thing is that I am happy that he's successful. This kid deserves it. I just wish he would stop saying sister so much, but that's irrelevant. But I wish he would stop, I hate myself, being so arrogant. And it is very easy for him to be arrogant because he's like 19 and 19-year-olds are inherently little shits. I should know, I've been one of them. And you may say, well, I'm 19 and I'm not dumb. Wait until you turn 25. Like, you may not be dumb comparative to your peers, but wait until you turn 25 and you look back at yourself. That's gonna be the deciding moment. But yeah, I wish he would stop being so arrogant, but he'll probably learn as he goes on with his life. And we're 10 minutes in and I've talked about just 2 releases. Look at this shit. Look at how much shit we have to talk about. What the fuck am I doing? Next, Jefffree Star came up with his Alien palette, which is already available. He's got like lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, of course, the devil. Then he's got this Alien palette, which has an alien head for the packaging. Let's leave aside the controversy of J Star. Just let's leave the person outside, and let's just talk about the products for once. I won't buy them but I think this is a very interesting, very innovative color scheme. But the way it is arranged, it makes it look like baby puke. It literally looks like sick. I just cannot. It's ugly. I saw someone that posted a rearranged version of it. If I find it again, I'm gonna post it, but it looked so much better. Not to mention that J-Star's original packaging that Alien had is gonna be a nightmare to store unless you want to use it as a display of some sort or something. So the palette is $54. It's already available on his website and retailers, I think. And the lipsticks are the regular price of his lipsticks, and it came out last Friday. So if you want that, go get it. I won't. Sigma came out with a collab with Beauty Bird, which I don't know who she is, but congrats. The marketing picture was very weird because you've got her palette, which reminds me a lot of Tammy Clark's palettes from Makeup Revolution, which came out months ago. Whatever. I don't know if this is tea, but why are there Cheetos and hot sauce and food near the palette? I don't want those two mixed conceptually. Like, it's kind of off-putting. Not to mention that the palette isn't very, it's kind of, it's not spicy at all. It looks actually very bland, so I don't get the association. It's already available. It's $49. It's boring. Next. BPerfect Cosmetics came out with a collab with how many M's are there in this name? Mmmitchell. And this is called the Sub Zero highlighting palette. It's already available. It's $32.99. I don't get what's Sub Zero about it because those are all warm toned highlighters. If you're a makeup artist, this would be good for you, I guess, if you will do makeup on other people. I personally don't see this working for the average consumer because it's a lot of highlight of kind of the same tone. I assure you, take that palette, two pans, like two pans at once, and once blended into the skin, those two pans will look exactly alike, like two pans nearby in the same kind of tonality. Bretman Rock came out with a collab with Colourpop, and of course there's drama. First of all, let's talk about what's in the collab. You've got the wet and hot sides. So you've got two palettes for You've got two palettes for $12 each, four lipsticks for $6 each, two blushes like Colourpop Super Shock blushes for $8 each, and two glitter pastes for $8 each. And there's been some drama because Lemonhead LA, an indie brand, accused Colourpop and Bretman of stealing their concept. And this is nothing new. Makeup brands do this all of the time. Big makeup brands to indie brands, big makeup brands to each other. There's always someone copying or making dupes of or whatever. I get that the owner is upset, but this literally always happens. And it's just a glitter paste. Glitter pastes and glitter roll-ons and glitter gels have been available on the market since before I was but a twinkle in my mother's eye. In the 90s, ever since this present day, I think the concept of a glitter gel or paste is older than I am. So she does have a point, but then again, I don't see the big deal about it. I may be wrong. I want to be corrected in the comments if I'm wrong about it or if there's something that I might have overlooked. Stila came out with a White Lies collection, which is a highlighting palette with 3 white-based highlighters with a shift. Then you've got 6 glitter and glow liquid eyeshadows, all white-based with a shift. These are absolutely gorgeous. My problem is that they have literally photoshopped the skin tone of the person that they swatched these onto. So you have the eye of the person where this was swatched on in a lighter shade and a darker shade, and it's literally the same person, and Temptalia called them out on it, and she's a hero we need but don't deserve. But it's fucking, it's the end of 2018 and brands are still pulling this bullshit. Fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. Urban Decay unveiled their On The Run mini 8-pan palettes coming in December, and these are so boring that they cured my insomnia. So next, Zoeva came out with their holiday collection. They're already available on their site and or in certain retailers' sites. So you've got the Spice of Life kit, which has a new palette, a highlighting palette, and a liquid lip and lip liner, the Cocoa Blend kit, and the Caramel Melange kit, which have like the same composition as the first one I mentioned. And I initially said I wanted the Spice of Life palette, and then they posted swatches and I felt so fucking catfished because it looks so vibrant and Christmassy like in the promo pictures, but then you look at the swatches and it's bland. I'm just glad I didn't order these before I saw the swatches, because else I would have just choked myself on that palette. Dominique Cosmetics is coming out with a berries and cream palette. It's $44 and it will be available on the 16th of November, so in a couple of days. This is really pretty. Really, really pretty. Not gonna get it because I have these tones already in my collection. The swatches don't look as nice for some reason. Like, they look good quality. The color scheme just kind of looks uglier swatched, and I don't understand why. Also, what's up with that random blue? Can we just give blues a rest for a moment? Not every palette needs to have a pop of blue. Just fucking chill. A pop of green would have been better because it's berries. Get it? Berries have leaves, or berries grow in like, how do you say, bushes? A green would have been much better than that blue. Milk came out with something absolutely fucking ridiculous, which is a collab with Wu-Tang, available already for $55 one lipstick. Excuse you? Does that lipstick apply itself? Apparently it's inspired by the elements of the I Ching in Chinese mythology, or Chinese spirituality sphere, more like it. I'm personally quite fascinated by that whole area, but it's ridiculous and it's gimmicky. And who the fuck is Wu-Tang to have a makeup collab when they've last been relevant in like what, 2007? Tarte has teased a Tarte Pro remix, so their rainbow palette, which is very deceptive. It's $44. It's coming soon. No release date yet confirmed as of filming this video. They tried to trick you with that Jackson Pollock splattered background, but it's not as interesting as it would seem. It just feels like a very uninspired color scheme. They were like, kind of like, let's just, the people want color, let's just throw some color over there. Just fuck it. Like, don't make it rainbow, but don't make it cohesive either. Just throw whatever in there. That's how I feel about this palette. And Tarte is still cancelled for me with their whole Shape Tape Foundation debacle. So I'm definitely not picking this one up. Not that I would, because it suffers from the same illness as the Jefffree Star one does, and that is that it literally looks like baby puke. e.l.f. is coming out with a new palette called the New Classics, which is retailing for $14 and it's coming out soon. This does not look like it would work with anyone with a skin tone a tidbit darker than mine. It looks absolutely fucking ashy, and they could have just upped the saturation to the intensity of those shades a bit, and it would have worked for a wider variety of skin tones. But I could tell you 3/4 of my very white friends, like darker, a bit darker than me, but still very white, would not be able to use this palette without looking ashy. So if they can't use it, who the fuck is this aiming for? Certify is coming out with their Affinity palette. It's coming soon, possibly next month, and it's $32. This is absolutely beautiful. I love the color scheme, love the color scheme, love the combo of orange to purple. But I feel that they should have just condensed it a bit, because some shades are a bit similar to the others. I'm not entirely sure if I will grab this. I do love the color scheme, but I do have a custom purple palette that I really love. And I do have those oranges in other palettes. So I don't know if I'm curious enough about their formula to grab it. But if you are curious and you want to go get this, Angelica Nyqvist and Paulina Spulung, I hope I didn't butcher their names. They both have nice reviews of those, so go check those out. Beauty Bakery is coming out with a cotton candy blush palette. No, it's a cotton candy champagne blush palette. It's coming soon, and it's $38. These are absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm a sucker for blush. I don't know if I'll pick this up because international shipping, and I'm not curious enough about anything else from Beauty Bakery to get it, but like if I somehow saw this in stores by some miracle, by some divine providence, I would get it. But it's not easily accessible to me, so I probably won't. Let's get to indie news. Enchanted Luster Cosmetics is coming out with a luxury chrome shadow palette on November 28th, and these are all multi-chromes and duochromes eyeshadow pans. There are 15 pans in total, and they said it's gonna be under $100, which is even if it's like under $100, that ain't it, chief. They're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. And if I would have maybe a US salary or like a civilized part of Europe salary, maybe I would put money aside and get it, because this hits all of the right spots for me. But I also have to consider that I live in Romania with a Romanian salary. A good salary for Romania, but I still gotta think about what I want to get, what I want to purchase. And $100 or close thereof just for one eyeshadow palette ain't it for me. But it is beautiful. It is beautiful. What the fuck is up with these prices anyway? Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about Bitter Lace Beauty. If you look at this screen over here, you will notice that the price for their palette is $243 pre-order, with a great reduction in price of $7 for like the retail price. Who the fuck do you think you are, Bitter Lace Beauty? I do not care. If this was made with fairy dust, tears and blood, with ground up unicorn horns, I don't care if you manually pressed it with angel wings. I do not care if this palette just came out to you like a prophecy from God himself. I do not fucking care. Who the fuck are you to ask $250 for sparkle dust? Who? Who? You've got Natasha Denona palettes with more pans and lower prices. What the flying fuck? What the flying fuck? Who? I just cannot. I just cannot. I'm shocked. Lethal Cosmetics is coming out with their Hive collection on the 23rd of November, and this is absolutely beautiful. You can find it both in palette form, but you can also get the singles. And on the image, what you see on the right hand side, I think, like my right, you've got your classic worms with a pop of blue, but what you see on the lower part, that green, those greens, it just screams tropical forest to me, and I think they're absolutely gorgeous. Just fucking beautiful, great concept, love. Heart reacts only. Maybelline came out with the matte bar, which is $9.99, and it's a warm toned matte palette. Now, I don't trust Maybelline's formula for eyeshadows as far as I could throw them, and I have a whole bias against the brand ever since their Age Rewind concealer gave me a huge under eye rash that did not go away for a month or so. It just took a long ass while to heal. If you're on a budget, this looks nice, and they're matte, so I don't think it kind of is that bad if they're just a little bit powdery. You can make them work with a fluffy brush. So a good drugstore option to an all matte palette, I guess. I don't know, I'm not gonna buy it because I already have those shades 100 times over in my collection. Okay guys, this was it. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it that you've put up with me for like 30 minutes. That's why I said we gotta do this every week. I'll try and post more stuff in the middle of the week to like not have a flood of will I buy it every goddamn day. Yeah, that's it. I don't even know what else I want to tell you guys except that my cats are fucking stinking cute, and you should feel blessed by all of the cameos they made in this video, and they're also quite grateful that you are putting up with us and our shenanigans and that you're watching us. So thank you guys so much. I hope I'll see you the next time. Bye.